Hey, good afternoon. We are live from the South Coast, San Martino, Porto, and I've got a very special guest. The keywords so far are Ayurveda, dogs from Spain. What else? Let's bring her on now. Nancy, do you want to plug your headphones in so that hear yourself a little bit better? Get a bit of atmosphere here. There you go. She's not happy about the lighting. Let's have a look at what she's talking about. Nancy is here, everybody. Spin that camera around. I'm going to turn the music down and we're going to have a bit of a chat this afternoon.
Hello.
See what she means?
Bad lighting.
You're still unhappy about that, aren't you?
Yeah, because I was a photographer for like 25 years.
I can only apologise. I don't know how you work. You can work under these circumstances. I do beg your pardon.
I'm going to do it.
Okay, that's the spirit. Welcome, Nancy, to the meetup here in San Martino de Porto. What brings you here?
Well, what brings me here? My daughter lives in the UK.
Yeah.
I moved here from the US. My husband passed away suddenly about a year ago. And I felt like I wanted to begin a new chapter in a new land, closer to my daughter, and Portugal seemed like the spot to be in.
Amazing. What an incredible set of circumstances. Very sorry to hear about the passing of your husband. But clearly this is a new venture and a new opening for your life.
Yeah.
And does this seem like we opened up with the scene of the bay? Does this feel like a suitable and appropriate backdrop for this adventure?
Does. It certainly does. To have endless coastline across the street from where I'm living,
Yeah.
to walk my two beautiful dogs, and to open my heart to the really extraordinary nature that's surrounding me, makes it a simple kind of transition, because every time I get stressed about anything, I just have to remember to breathe and walk outside.
I'm good. Would you mind unclipping your microphone and just bringing it over this side of your jersey, because we've got a lot of atmosphere in the background, which is a great thing. And we'll be able to hear you a little bit better that way. So much to talk about already in what you've told us. You seem to be liking the Silver Coast and San Martino de Porto. And we have a sense of why you've come here to Portugal specifically. You did say when you get stressed, are there a few adjustments?
Oh my God, yes.
Go on, what have you been contending with in this last little while?
Well, I think that the most interesting thing is the internet service, which has not worked for since I've been here, and I paid for it about a month ago, and I can't get any reception upstairs and where I'm living, and you try to call the company and you get put on hold. You ask to speak to somebody who speaks a little English, and you stay on hold for about an 40. Try again the next day, and it's a similar situation. And then you go to directly to the store, and you wait in line for an hour, and you kind of talk to people before and realize how patient everyone is, and how Portuguese people are accustomed to this is just what happens. You
take a ticket and wait your turn.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you get there and they say, oh, somebody will call you from our company in 20 minutes. And then
you're like, hold on a minute. No, I'm not falling for that again.
Exactly. And the last time I went, he said, I told him that you were my aunt, and I promised that this time.
Really? How lovely.
That this time they will help you. And if they don't, then you need to tell them that you're going to discontinue service with this company because you're not getting the help that you need. So I feel like there's this thread of genuine caring that exists amongst the Portuguese people that I've not found any place else.
Caring,
ever been. Yeah,
I think
which is right. What has drawn me to this country. Like, I'm going to give you another example. I was looking for Parmigiano cheese in the store, and
like you do,
I couldn't find it, and I asked somebody to help me, and she spent the next 15 minutes searching for it with me in the cheese counter, and we still couldn't find it. But she was.
But the interesting theme here is that you don't get what you want necessarily, but you have a really nice time finding that out.
Exactly.
Is that what we can draw from?
Exactly.
Right.
And
okay.
You realize that all we really have are moments with people to share kindnesses and to share caring, and that's what makes your heart feels happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's not about the things, is it? It's about the relationships.
No.
I've never heard it put quite like that, and I think you're absolutely right. That's a really nice observation, and well done you for not going completely crazy, not getting your internet or your Parmigiano.
You know,
What a week.
In Italy, people would have been screaming. There would have been a war going on.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yes, Parmigiano Gate would have erupted. Never mind about the the far right prime minister. I can't find Parmigiano. Revolution. Okay. What's this? Will we see you tonight at our webinar? We've got our first message coming in. I don't think this is personally for you, Nancy, necessarily. Well, it might be. Will we see you tonight at our webinar? How much does it cost to live in Portugal? Does that sound of interest to you? No.
No.
Sorry, Bruce. I did ask, but other people might be interested in that. How much does it cost to live in Portugal?
I don't know yet. I've only been here for less than 2 weeks, so I'm.
And it's not as if you're running up a big bill with your internet, yeah, is it?
No.
It's hard to do that if it's not connected. Okay, Bruce, I'm guessing that is at PLM, Portugal Living Magazine. We need you on here, Bruce. I think maybe if you're up for it, I can send you a message. And maybe you'll chat to us a little bit later on in the live stream. That applies to anyone else who might want to do that. So that's going into the comments now. Bruce, it's about time we had a chat, isn't it? I think. Hendog also, who what?
It's funny.
Thank you, Hendog, for tuning in. Hi, both. That's for you, Nancy. That's Henry, who's in. When I mentioned to you that I lived in Devon in the United Kingdom, you seem to have heard of Devon.
I've never been there, but I really wanted to go there. I was in the UK for 5 months before coming here, and I was considering moving there because that's where my daughter is. But
yes, you said in the UK. Where is she in the UK?
She's in London because she's young.
Shout out to all the Londoners.
She's young and she needs to be there to do her thing.
What a great city! Yeah, amazing. Okay, well, if she's ever in need of a Chinese meal, she can go see my mum. It's a nice bit of home cooking. We'll connect them up. Our relatives over there in London.
Good.
We've got a tea duck on the move as well. Views of the street. Hola, botar. You got some lovely ladies walking by as well. Fantastic. Okay, Ayurveda. I don't remember reading my Deepak Chopra introduction to Ayurveda that Parmigiano was in any of the recipes.
Not really,
is it? So
really.
Tell us how Ayurveda manifests itself in Portugal, or is it too early for that?
It's way too early for that, and I don't think that it really manifests itself here. Perhaps in Lisbon or Porto, one of the bigger cities. But I'm here, and I'm happy to share all the knowledge and wisdom that I've gained from this ancient 5,000-year-old art of relying on yourself to heal yourself through lifestyle choices, through diet.
And people have the audacity and gall to call it an alternative or new age therapy.
Not at all.
It's older than anything we've had for the last 200 or 300 years, isn't it?
Exactly.
Of course it is. And although I'm making a little bit of lightheartedness about it, I'm a massive fan. I remember studying a little bit of Ayurveda, the constitutions, the Kapha, Pitta, and Vata constitutions. Vata constitutions.
Yeah. We're all made up of elements, and so it's just really being attuned to what your body needs and what your body you are nourishing your brain, you're nourishing all the systems in your body, your nervous system.
Which is how every MD ever starts a consultation, right? You're made of elements. Let's see what your individual constitution is like. Not. They don't do that, do they in modern medicine?
At all.
Okay, so I'm looking forward to talking to you in the future when you may have established some sort of Ayurvedic practice here.
You could be. First, I've got to settle.
Yeah, I'm not rushing you. We know how this works. Look, Mrs. Emma's just tuned in. This is my wife, Louisa, at home. She will be... Look at this. Who is your lovely guest? She will have been hooked by the fact that we're talking about Ayurveda. We've got the lovely pictures from the beach from T-Duck. Thank you, T-Duck. Mrs. M, Louisa, you need to meet Nancy, who's with me today, talking about Ayurveda, talking about, I think, breath work as well. That's all part of this whole of Ayurvedic teaching, I think, is it not?
It is. It's a sister of yoga, the science of yoga. It's all connected. So it's really just having a sense of reverence for your body and nourishing it with the right foods. So you are then also have a daily practice of breathing every day, of being conscious, so you can be aware and feel vibrant and radiant in all of your interactions with people. You're fully present.
That sounds good.
And I love meeting your lovely wife and sharing some time.
Well, we'll do that. We'll definitely do that. You've got to meet Nancy here. We've also got Mark Rigby, Ola Carl and guest. That'll be Nancy. Can't stay long, have to catch the metro. Needs must. Pavot de Vargim over there. And when we said hello to Louisa, she waved to the camera. Bless you. She's a bit tired. She was up early talking to Bali earlier this morning. And Ubi, always great to have Ubi on the show, tuning in via the live stream. I like grocery shopping in Portugal too. This is going back to Parmigiano, I think. One of three here. Of the time I got complimentary language. Oh, you get complimentary language tutoring when you shop in Portugal.
Exactly.
Yeah, you get barked at in Portuguese as well, which is probably an interesting experience. And we'll come to the dogs from Spain in just a moment, talking of barking. And the time checkout is uneventful. I'm not sure what that means there, but there's always something to learn when you're new in Portugal and in the supermarket, I think. And not least that stressful moment where they fire words at you. Saco, contribuinte, cartão, all those sorts of words. It's really good. It keeps you on your toes. Look at that. I forgot I wasn't on a live call with a guest. Looking forward to meeting you soon, Nancy. There you go. You already have a fan here.
Love that.
And my favourite part of being asked if I'm English. My favourite part is being asked if I'm English. I always take that as a compliment, and it's quite rightly so. Ubi, I hope you say, I most certainly am, my good man. And just leave it there with an enigmatic British smile with wonky teeth. Okay, so... what?
You're hilarious. I love that.
Okay, that's material stolen directly from Austin Powers, really, isn't it? The wonky teeth thing. Anyway, breath work, being present, being in the moment. There are many people I would love to introduce you to here in Portugal who I think are connected with this really important work at the moment. Mindfulness. This is the time, isn't it? I think, with so much weird stuff going on in the world, so much conflict, polarity, for us to center, to become more mindful. You have been doing this for years by the sound of it.
Yeah.
Tell us about your practice and how you came upon it, if you don't mind.
I came very close to, I was very stressed out. I was being a new mom. I had a successful photography business, and I was just working all the time because I love doing photography, and I started to feel not well health-wise, and ended up having a dissection of my carotid artery, which almost caused me to die. And it was during that time that I realized what a blessing it was to be alive, to have a life. And I decided to go deeper into, that's what brought me to yoga and Ayurveda, to really just take responsibility for my lifestyle and the choices, and to de-stress, and brought me to having a daily practice of yoga and meditation, and it completely turned my life around. And now I feel that it's just part of living in our culture today is just knowing that is essential in order to be present, to be fully present, and to be a magnet of loving other people. We have to first love ourselves. We first
you're talking our sort of language here,
responsibility to the choices that we make and how we set up our day every day. And it's beautiful to wake up with the sun and to have a practice that sets the tone for how you go about organizing your day.
May I pry a little and ask you what that looks like day to day in the morning? What do you do, and how easy is it for somebody else? I mean, invariably, you know how these things work, serendipity. Somebody will be watching this either now or later and thinking to themselves, oh my God, that is exactly what I need. I'm at that place in my life. What Nancy's saying right there sounds like, yes, I so need that. Can people incorporate this into, can they find out? I mean, you must have had to find out.
Absolutely. You just have to choose it. Are you going to choose to lean into knowing that you don't have to suffer anymore, that you can choose to lean into a practice, the power of your own breath that's going to enliven you, that's going to open your heart to the preciousness of life. And the best time to do it is first thing in the morning. I know it sounds hard because a lot of people like to sleep in, or a lot of people have to rush off to go to work.
Yes.
But it's just like a habit. It's a healthy habit to wake up right to greet the day with the sun. And of course that changes seasonally.
Yes.
And set that space in your house where you're going to return to every day. You're going to sit every day in that spot and bring a sense of reverence to it. Light a candle. Do something that makes you feel like you're devoted to something bigger than yourself. You're not just doing it for yourself. You're doing it for the greater good of everyone.
Well, that's quite a positioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a context.
And then there's simple breath. We don't breathe fully. Most people don't breathe fully through their.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you become conscious of how to do that, you start feeling this whole sense of relaxation. And people say, "Oh, I can't sit still," or "My mind is busy." But
what do you say to those people? And that is a lot of people who say that, isn't it?
I give them certain things, either mantra, which is like certain Sanskrit words to say. Give them certain hand mudras where you put your hands in a certain way. You know, this, you always see Buddhas with their hands like this, but this is a meridian directly connected to your heart and your mind, and relinquishing your ego, you know, putting it out, relinquishing your ego. And you sit like that, and it
something just happened to me while I was doing that. I mean, these are electrical circuits, aren't they?
We are energy. We are all energy.
Yes.
So we're bringing that energy of our self out and releasing it, opening to.
Okay, well, and what you're saying there is not superstition, is it? You're not doing something like a kind of mechanical ritual, hoping that there'll be some benefit in the future. You feel this, don't you, while you're doing it?
Yes, absolutely. You feel energy, and there's certain different kriyas that you do where you hand movements while you're doing your breathing. But these are ancient practices. This is not something, and this has now been studied in science where they're showing that it makes a huge difference in your physiology, your nervous system, all systems in your body, your digestion. If you calm your nervous system down.
It's calming just talking to you and talking about this. And by that, when you say, you know, the science is measuring it, science is catching up, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Science is catching up.
Finally.
Don't be following the science. Hold on a minute. No offense, Carl, but this is your most interesting one yet. Ha ha ha. That's hard. Only my wife is allowed to say that, though, right? No offense. Well, that didn't work. Okay, I love Sanskrit mantra and sang mantras through my 3 labors. I would definitely like to meet up as soon as you're free.
Well, that's lovely. I can't wait to meet you too.
That is quite an outcome,
I love meeting
isn't it?
people where they are, and just to incorporate practices, because not all practices are the same. So you meet people where they are, you start them, and then they feel a difference, and they be inspired to go deeper and deeper and deeper.
Excellent. Mark's had to go, wishing us a good program. However, we're very well mannered here. He's British. I have to go. Have a good program. Ciao, ciao. Cheers, Mark. And have a cold shower. Would you recommend that? I mean, that's a bit harsh, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a good thing to wake yourself up in the morning to have a cold shower. Just, you know, as you start slowly, like 30 seconds of cold water.
Oh, so you're in line with what Hen Dog's saying here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking, no. Like the cat.
You can do that if you want to, but only if you're called to do it. It's not because somebody tells you to do it. If it sounds good to you, you do it.
Ah, I like that distinction. Nina, this is Hen Dog's partner, is very into diet for healing at the moment. She would probably love a chat with Nancy one day. I think you're all going to have to form a queue the way this is going.
Well,
we're booking our ferry this weekend. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. We're booking a ferry this weekend for real this time. Hen Dog, can't wait to see you, mate. Driving over in the camper for a week. I'll give you a message, Carl. We're heading for San Martino de Porto. Oh, yeah. There you go. You've got a lovely highlight of that right now with a T-Duck. We go from Hen Dog to T-Duck on the beach there. Look at those those boats are lined up like crayons on the beach there, aren't they? Absolutely wonderful. Lots of love to Nina then. No offense, best most interesting one yet. Bruce, sorry, but we should talk, Bruce. Got to go prepare for tonight. Oh, that's the cost of living webinar tonight. Great broadcast. If your next guests are talking about dogs, please see the cover story of our current issue. Nice plug there, Bruce. And had a dip on Dartmoor the other day. Oh, that sounds very fresh. And hola, Hen Dog from Mrs. M as well then. Okay, dogs. Let's talk about the dogs. You went to Spain to get your dogs.
Yes, because I had to go back to the United States to get my D7 visa.
Yeah.
And my brother has retired to France, and he met me halfway. In Bilbao, Spain, which was a gorgeous, gorgeous city in the Basque Country.
Yeah.
And that's where I reunited with my dogs, and then I just drove them right back here.
Oh, okay, fantastic. So you're making the most of being in Europe then, by the sound of it. Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
I mean, I don't really desire to travel so much right now. I really want to settle and
and let your etheric body catch up.
Exactly, and then And then I would love to be of service to others and take them on that journey of being introduced to their breath and being introduced to
Fabulous.
lifestyle practices that will really transform their life. Yeah.
I think you're right, and there is a profundity about the simplicity of that, isn't there?
Yeah.
We go looking everywhere, don't we,
Yeah.
for the answers, and who knew? It was right inside us,
Simply
happening
right
all the time.
underneath our nose.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally. I want to introduce you to our great friend Tanya as well, who does amazing work, breath work, and she calls it isness therapy. I think just about being here, like truly being here, and that's harder than it sounds, isn't it? For most of us who are habituated to be mechanical or slip and have our awareness elsewhere. But I'm sure we'll have many more conversations like that. On a more practical note, you talk about being of service to others, Nancy. How can we help you? What mysteries remain for you at the moment? And how can we help?
That's a good question. I really want to start learning the language. I find that that's really an important thing to be able to communicate here.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know what I need help with.
Well, you know where we are.
I do know where you are. I'm so thrilled to know that you're here.
Well, it's lovely to meet you today. And you're living in San Martino de Porto on the Silver Coast?
I live in Salir de Porto, which is
we can see it. We
yeah.
can see your house.
5 minutes from here.
Over there.
Yeah.
It's interesting. There's so many fascinating and wonderful people ending up in Salir de Porto. Hoping to speak to Annie in a moment, who's just ended up in Salir de Porto.
Yeah.
You're an energetic person. The vibes of Portugal, the vibes of particular places. What's going on in Portugal? Is there a gathering of the clan or something like that going on, do you think?
I don't know.
Is that too cosmic and big a question?
Definitely.
To make your responsibility? Okay. See, I was writing about the Templars. You know, in Tomar. Have you been to Tomar yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, go to Tomar. It's the most amazing city. And that's where the Templars, they have the Convento de Cristo there, and it's the most incredible spiritual place.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, I think there's a lot of this in Portugal. And also, there are people who come to Portugal for these very rational reasons. Here he is, T-Duck's back. Great work, T-Duck. Thank you for that. Nice beach tour. He's going up to the tunnel now, I think. People have the rational reasons. Diamond. My dollars will go much further. I'm going to get back to the place and stuff. But other people, and more, I meet people who say it felt right.
That's exactly what it was.
Felt right. Is that
Every single person I encountered when I was here, it didn't matter if it was on public transportation or in a tea shop or walking on the street, so kind and was giving me their email. When you're here with the dogs, please look me up and let's get together. The way she is elevated with other people who are people who live in success and ease. Appreciates
Portuguese.
Yeah.
We attracted to subtle fancy, lovely time. We seem to have lost our signal possibly. Oh, no, you're back.
Hello.
And we promised to do something about the lighting next time.
Please
do.
do.
So sorry about that. You're obviously all about the light, aren't you?
The light. Yeah,
you're all about the light.
We don't have the stylist or the makeup artist or any of that, but we do need the right light.
Please put that in our complaints book, and we'll see what we can do.
Lovely to be with you. Thank you.
That.
And all of you. Thank you.
All right, so let's. We've got T-Duck, so I think we'll go back to T-Duck's footage, or the static camera looking at the bay. Nancy, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Screen. There you go. You got two views of San Martino de Porto now. Let's see what happens with that. And I will mute up this microphone and I will put some music on again. Oh, we're adding to the stream now. I think something's gone a little bit awry with our sound here. And I'm not sure what you've been hearing, what you've not been hearing, everybody. With the, but I'm going to give T Duck the big screen because that's extraordinary. And I'm not sure if you can hear me, T Duck. But thank you for your pictures coming from the other end there. Can we unmute you, T Duck, so we can hear the sound of the sea? Perhaps, maybe not. Oh, I've got some sort of earth buzz, I think, on the. Yeah. Okay. So we've got T Duck's. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening there. I mean,
Can you hear me? The sound was on most of the times with the music. but now I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I don't get it. Oh, I've got it now. I've refreshed and we're back with some music. So, yeah, I just delivered some of the best material of my life in the last 10 minutes, and I hear from Tito. Yeah, that was the problem. I don't know if you're hearing that at home, but we get a blast of white noise, almost like an earthing difficulty. We got a few teething problems. We've got a new bit of tech that we're using, but we'll see. I'm sure that it will sort itself out in time, and this will be the kit we'll be using on Monday for that. You heard me talking about azimuth, didn't you? You heard that bit. Oh, you can hear it now. Good. Okay, so we're good. We have this blast of white noise every now and then, which is a little bit off-putting, but we'll see what happens with that. And I'm sure we'll figure that out in time. So you've got a lovely view of the bay now. Light is changing in the bay. And I think maybe, I was hoping to speak to Annie, but Annie's so busy talking over there, isn't she? Do you think so? Do you think Annie will want to speak to me, Guido? Sorry to interrupt you, Annie, but do you want to come and talk to everybody? No! That's honest. That's fine. She's not coming. Okay, let's. She's getting coached by the whole table over there. I am online right now. Yeah. Well, I've set myself up a bit there. I've driven myself into a cul-de-sac of production.